Alright, guys, how has been your day? You know, today's a Thursday and I've come in late, but get ready. Tighten your seatbelts for a marathon because we are going to go till the wee hours of the night. Welcome to this channel, Rokani Media Football. Is the YouTube channel. Smash the like button, comment, and share. Today we are talking Jurrien Timber medical at Conley scheduled tomorrow. That means they are going to hold the medical at the same time with Declan Rice. Then there is Nuno Tavares. Arsenal have gone ahead to reveal to us the asking price of Tavares, and lastly, we are going to talk a little bit of Hurricane and how the current manager of Bayern Munich went ahead to really convince him to join Bayern Munich. You won't believe where the meeting was. So, you can follow us on Twitter, Rokani Media, FB, that is it. And you can also do the needful by really smashing the like button close to 300 times. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel because we want to hit 20,000 subscribers before the end of this month. Now, let's start it off with Fabrizio Romano today. Has gone ahead and obviously dropped a very huge hint as far as this is concerned. Fabrizio told us that Jurrien Timber will undergo his medical on Friday. The player will travel to London later today. Now, Jurrien Timber, Hugo was sounded yesterday that Arsenal have gone ahead to reach what we call a complete agreement with Ajax. And he is expected to be in London, that is today. And when he travels to London today, he is going to really sleep in London and then travel to London Conley, where he's going to undergo his medical with Declan Rice. And this is exactly resonating with that I told you that Arsenal might be planning to unveil two players at once, you know, like Jurrien Timber holding the shirt of Arsenal and then Declan Rice holding the shirt of Arsenal. So as it stands, it's really going to be so much amazing for Arsenal. I think Saturday might be one of those days that you wouldn't really like to miss. And that's why I always tell you that turn your notification bells on, because when we're here, we bring you everything. So Jurrien Timber is traveling to London today, from Ajax to London. And when he arrives, we'll let you know when he's going to head to arrive, and you will be really on set to know how is the medical going to be carried on tomorrow at London Conley. Now, what does that mean? What does it mean to the other centre-backs like William Saliba that we saw returning to Arsenal? This is what we call stiff competition that is coming in from Jurrien Timber. I've already told you, Saliba's gone in through and performed well the previous season, but let me assure you, there is a dynamite in Jurrien Timber that is yet to explode, and this boy is extremely good. No player in Europe put up more progressive passes than him in the entire top 5 elite leagues of Europe, meaning that he was even better than William Saliba, and he went to do the same thing in the Champions League, because most of you will say, no, he was doing that in the Eredivisie. It's like a farmers league, but let me assure you that even in the Champions League, he was really doing great things. Progressive passes, defending, tackling. So let me assure you, one thing is coming and the other is going to follow. Jurrien Timber is that one thing that is coming in through, and displacing William Saliba is one that is really going to follow. And I think Arsenal kept this as a secret, and they never really let Saliba know that we are going to sign Jurrien Timber, because the moment Saliba knew that Jurrien Timber was going to come in through, he would have gone ahead to think twice and say, why should I really put contract? Why should I put pen to paper on my new contract? Because Jurrien Timber might displace me. And trust me, I'm 100% sure Jurrien Timber might displace William Saliba. However good William Saliba is, but competition is going to really be stiff. But to me, I think if at all you're a supporter of Arsenal, this is what you would like to have in every position at Arsenal, like Jurrien Timber competing with Saliba, Tomiyasu competing with Ben White, Zinchenko competing with Kane To Bayern, Thomas Partey competing with Jorginho, Declan Rice competing with maybe Granit Xhaka was going to hate to really agree a contract with sign his contract with Bayern Leverkusen, Bukayo Saka with Kai Havertz, Trossard with Gabriel Martinelli. That's what you'd like to see at Arsenal, and I don't see anything bad in it, but I'm just trying to paint a picture on how Jurrien Timber is a threat to William Saliba. So guys, just know that is really going to be one of the hugest positions that is going to be highly competed for by these players, unless otherwise Mikel Arteta goes to a back three, you know, and then he puts Saliba, Jurrien Timber and Gabriel Magalhaes. But if it's a back two, we are going to enjoy the competition, as Mikel Arteta will be given every reason to come in and obviously make the rotation that is really well deserved. Now, let's talk Nuno Tavares, as Arsenal is really looking to spend more, to really get more money after spending close to £210 million on 3 players. Declan Rice, £105 million, Kai Havertz, £67 million, and Jurrien Timber close to 40 million pounds. Arsenal are looking to obviously sell, because for them to really go ahead and obviously make any transaction of a transfer, they need to first sell to buy, and they've gone ahead to start really offloading players one by one. After them putting up an asking price onto Granit Xhaka, 21 million pounds, who looks like he's on his way out to play for Bayern Leverkusen in Bayern Munich, in Bayern, that is Germany. They've gone ahead to obviously lodge another asking price on a player. And who is this player? It has been reported by it's Tuto Marketo Web, revealing to us that Arsenal are asking for at least 25 million euros for Nuno Tavares this summer. West Ham and Galatasaray are on his trail, but Tavares is waiting for a more important club. That is it. So, looks like Arsenal want to sell Nuno Tavares. And we all know that Arsenal now has another left back after Kane and Zinchenko. That is Jakub Kiwior. When Jakub Kiwior came in through, Mikel Arteta played him. I think there is a certain game he played him as a left back, and he thrived better because he's good at obviously doing the needful as playing as a left back. And he's so much a player that he has gone ahead to obviously dislodge very many players in that Arsenal team, and that really opens up an exit door for Nuno Tavares to leave the club of Arsenal and obviously pack up his things. But 25 million euros, I think that's realistic, because Arsenal bought him for 8 million euros coming in from Benfica. That was the summer of 2021, right? The summer of 2021. That's when they brought him in at Arsenal. So after bringing him at Arsenal, they want to make a profit out of him of like 10, not 10 because it's 25. That is 17 million euros is what they want to make out of this player. So that is something great for the player known as Nuno Tavares, because I think there is no space for him to play. Even if he comes in through and proves Mikel Arteta in the preseason, I think Mikel Arteta is just fed up of his attitude and his bad ways of how he really relates with other people at training, and I think it's time for him to move out. So when you look at the list of players that Arsenal is yet to sell, if they are to get 25 million euros, that is like 20 million pounds from Tavares, 21 from Granit Xhaka, that is 41. After 41 million pounds, they'll go ahead and obviously add on Zinchenko, 35. That is close to 8 million pounds. Then they'll sell Cedric Soares for 5 million pounds. That is like 85. Then they have which other player to sell? Oh, there is a big one. I had forgotten. That is Florin Balogun, close to 50 million pounds. They are in for him, and they want to sign him, and obviously, they want to cash in for him and obviously pay huge money for him. That is like 50 million pounds for him. Which other player is up for sale at Arsenal? Thomas Partey, he wants to go to Juventus. They can get like 30 million pounds from the player. So as it stands, it's obviously looking good for the player known as Nuno Tavares, as he is like Albert Sambi Lokonga, because Albert Sambi Lokonga has gone ahead and told us that he only wants to stay where he's going to be playing regularly. If at all he's not going to be playing regularly, he's going to find himself out of the club of Arsenal. So they came together, and they might be leaving the club together this summer, as the manager doesn't really want them at the club of football, because they are going really to not get enough playing time. And what a profit Arsenal is making from these players. These are fringe players that Arsenal is making profit out. They first sold Pablo Mari to Monza. They bought him for 800,000 pounds. Then they've sold him for 6 million pounds, making a profit of 5.2 million pounds. Then they got in Tavares for 8. They're making a profit of close to some 10 million pounds. Then they are getting Lokonga. They got him for 17 million pounds. They might sell him for 30, meaning that they're making a profit of 13 million pounds. So Arsenal is doing good business, and these fringe players they're signing are really being added value to, and they're being looked at for very huge teams in the Premier League. But this way I pity my team Manchester United that I support, because they cannot even sell Eric Bay for 10 million pounds, and they're selling Eric Bay for just 2 million pounds. Alex Telles, proven left back, He has just lifted what we call the UEFA Europa League with Sevilla, but they cannot sell him for even 5. They might sell him for £2 million. That is really weird. When you look at other players like Zidane Igbo, he went for just 800,000 pounds. So that is really bad, and that's why United's business is really off the grip, and they need to get into negotiators to take us to the next level where we want to be. And lastly, let's discuss Harry Kane on what we've been told coming in from Germany as far as his transfer to Bayern Munich is really concerned. And this story is being reported by Philipp Kessler from Germany, FC Bayern, and obviously Manuel Bonke. He has told us that internally at Bayern, there is talk of a breakthrough with a view to a potential deal for Harry Kane. There was already optimism last week. Now, according to club circles, things are looking good. Now, Harry Kane is one of those that Man United wanted die. But guess what happened? Spurs said, we are not selling him to our rival. And I ask myself, how does Daniel Levy, the owner of Spurs, come out and really refer to us as his rivals? They last won a trophy close to 3 decades back. You know, United is the highest trophy winning team in the history of the English football, and they've never been on loggerheads with us. There is no rivalry. So that really beat my understanding every time I hear that they don't want to sell to a rival. If at all they say we don't want to sell to Arsenal, we don't want to sell to Chelsea, or you understand that obviously Chelsea, they're in London, even Arsenal is in London, and that is it. But for Manchester United, and by the way, it's very much shameful that United was willing to offer much more money than what Bayern is willing to offer the side of Bayern Munich, and they've gone ahead to really look at £80 million, but United was even willing to offer £100 million. So we wait and see how that pans out, but it looks like Bayern is closing in, and they're doing everything to see to it that they really sign the player known as Harry Kane. 30 goals in the league, that is Harry Kane for you, and he's one of the very clinical finishes that we have in the world right about now. So I don't know how this deal is going to come to pass, but Daniel Levy is playing hardball. They're trying to really keep Harry Kane, but Harry Kane is telling them, I'm not renewing my contract. I'm not renewing my contract with you, Spurs. If you don't let me out, I'm going to move out on a free. And they're left with no option. They have to sell him to Bayern Munich because it looks like it's the only team that is interested. And I think it really never worked in their favor, as they expected United and Bayern Munich to come in through to cause what we call a bidding war. But it never really came to pass, as they had gone ahead to calculate it. And obviously, they found themselves in a situation of having to sell to Bayern Munich. So guys, your thoughts onto those stories that I've gone ahead to present to you, 3 in 1 are welcome in the comment section below. 1, Timber medical tomorrow as he travels to London today. What do you make about it? What do you think about Tavares? Arsenal lodging 25 million euros as his asking price. And lastly, Bayern Munich feeling like Harry Kane is one of those deals they might get out of the day very, very soon. I can violate the precious blood of Jesus Christ. And may the living true God protect you abundantly. My Muslim viewers and subscribers, may Allah look after you and bless you abundantly. Rokani David remains my name. You can as well call me already. I sign out for now. See you later. Ciao, ciao.